Well, it's a good thing we did that show on healthy eating.
Yeah.
On this episode of the Sugar-Free Shawn Show, Shawn talks with Connected Emotions queen of social media, Viirtue Bajurny, on the many fun ways we can stay connected beyond events.
The question I've always asked myself is, how do we keep that connection that we make with people at diabetes events? How do we keep that going long after the event has ended? Because often we go back to our lives and our jobs and our homes and our family, and we lose that connection with other people living well with diabetes. So who better to talk to than Connected Emotions' own Viirtue Bajurny? So we're sitting here in Viirtue's office, and the first question I want to ask you is, could you tell me a little bit about your journey of living with diabetes?
I was diagnosed when I was 15, just after Christmas, and I was in the hospital for a few days. They'd never seen anybody else with type 1 where I was, so I was a bit of a guinea pig. And then because I was 15, I wasn't really in the pediatric system, so I didn't know anybody else with type 1. And I didn't meet anybody really until I was 30, so 15 years later. I mean, I met people kind of here and there, but nothing like, there was no like support or anything for people. And I remember like phoning one of the diabetes organizations and being like, I'm just looking for a support group. And they were like, yeah, no, we don't really have anything for type 1s that way. And I was like, but I live in like the 5th largest city in North America, and there's nothing there. So yeah, it was really hard to find other people that were kind of the same or dealing with the same stuff. So.
How did you get involved with Connected in Motion?
I had been on my insulin, like I switched over to an insulin pump and was on it for maybe like a year, and I was finding it kind of weird because, you know, when you're on shots, you can kind of put it in away in your knapsack or something, and then you don't have diabetes, you don't think about it, right? But then when you have to wear it like 24/7, you're just like, oh no, I have diabetes. So I was finding it kind of hard, so I was looking like online and trying to make connections that way, and everybody seemed to be in the States, and then I happened upon, you know, the website and whatever for Connected in Motion, and I'd kind of heard a little bit about them but didn't know much about them. And I'd never been camping or canoeing, but always wanted to, and they had a trip, so I just kind of showed up. My parents were a little bit freaked out that I was going someplace with a bunch of strangers I found online, but it turned out to be really good, so. And then I got to go camping for the first time ever.
Could you tell me a little bit about your role with Connected in Motion?
I started out volunteering, doing some of their Twitter and stuff, and then in like the fall of last year, I started working for them, doing more of their social media and online stuff. So that's what I do now. I'm the person on the Facebook or the Twitter, and I help out with the blog and the website and doing analytics and stuff like that. Just kind of trying to keep like the online community going in between events.
So what are the benefits to being connected online?
Well, I think part of it is that like, you're not going to be with people with diabetes all the time, like that would be weird, but there's always somebody online that you can connect with. There's like a practical side to living with diabetes that I think it's really hard to get from a clinical setting. Like if people don't live with diabetes, it's hard to know about some things, or like exercise is super tricky. So I feel like at least online you can put that question out, and then you've got this shared knowledge that can kind of help you figure out that sort of thing. I think it's good because there is a community then that you're part of, and it's like you don't have to be like stressed out, because there's something comforting to knowing that you have, like, people have your back in a way, you know, like you're not, if you have a crisis, you're not alone, and I think that's important.
Well, thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
It was fun.
Awesome. Just finished a great visit with Viirtue of Connected in Motion. And even if you're new to social media, here are my top 3 reasons why you should stay connected. Number 1 is you get that ongoing support from a community that really understands the challenges of living with diabetes. Number 2, you get to be in the know of all the latest cool events and happenings that are happening every single day across the country. And number 3, you get that daily dose of fun and inspiration and connection. When you're having a tough time, you can always stay connected with other people living well with diabetes. And those are the reasons why I stay connected through social media.
On the next episode of the Sugar-Free Shawn Show, we celebrate the work of diabetes educators and the role they play in helping us live well with diabetes.